motion to test the second vial of blood and to test for DNA. The judges granted them some additional time into March 26th to file their response, and then some time for us to respond to it.
And then the judge will make a decision about whether this is evidentiary or legal.
Explain that.
Explain that for us.
Depending on what the defense files, they may raise simply a legal argument. And if they raise a legal argument, that is set for an accelerated hearing. If they want to have an evidentiary hearing, then the judge has granted us some additional time because obviously we would have to respond to that. The judge will make the decision as to whether it's legal or evidentiary once he sees the paperwork.
How important is the blood evidence in this trial?
I think we've said all along the blood evidence is fairly critical to the case, certainly to the operating while intoxicated counts. We still have the reckless homicide and criminal recklessness counts without the test result, but clearly the blood alcohol content is important to us.
Go ahead.
Why have you guys requested that the second vial be tested, and why have you requested the DNA swab?
As we put in our documentation we filed with the court, we believe it's appropriate because we believe the defense will try to argue that the first vial was contaminated in some manner or that the test was flawed in some manner. And having the second vial independently tested by another lab will corroborate the test result. The DNA testing will also put to rest whether it's David Bisard's blood or not. We believe the defense will argue that it may not be. We're convinced that it is. If there's a DNA test, there won't be any question whatsoever.
And they are fighting both counts? They're fighting both the swab and the retest?
Yes, they are.
And how important is to you, what difference does it make to you all, whether it's legal versus evidentiary?
Well, I believe it's a legal argument because the blood is the state's evidence and we should have the right to test it. But the